G'day guys, today I'm going to bring to you my friend and client Paul, and we're going to discuss the importance of mindset and how it's created a strong foundation for his fitness journey. Leader is going to tell us a bit about yourself, Paul.
Well, I used to exercise quite a lot. I used to go to hot power yoga 3 or 4 times a week. I would eat what I thought was healthy, and then I would have a few beers on a Friday, Saturday night, as well as a Sunday while cooking the lamb roast. So yeah, it wasn't really that healthy after all.
Yeah, so when you started, what would be where were you at?
Well, the first thing I did was I had to realise how much weight I was. I had to be true to myself, and for the first time actually ever, I told my wife how much I weighed. So I came in, I weighed in at 144 kilos. That was when I got back from a holiday, and I then said to myself, well, I want to do better. I want to lose some weight, and I don't want to lose it.
So that's what sparked your transition or inspired you to change?
That's right, yeah. I set a goal to go skiing next year in April.
Yep.
In Canada, to go heli skiing. I did a little bit last year while I was on holiday, and
so that's jumping out of a helicopter.
You don't actually jump.
Oh, you don't jump.
But it lands on top of the hill and you ski all the way down.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
It is. It's very intense, and I had the ability to do it, but I feel that my fitness and that let me down, and I wanted to do it for a week. So after doing it for a day, and I could hardly do my shoelaces up because I was so stiff in the legs. And
so heli skiing for a week, yeah?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so you just didn't want to be sore and all that sort of thing.
That's right. Well, it costs a lot of money to do it. So I wanted to make sure that I did it well, and I did it every day, and I wanted to do it, and I wasn't dragging myself around.
Yeah, that's very important.
So yeah, that was my goal. My goal when I come back was I'm now going to get fit to go and do that.
Yeah. So with this long-term, so that's your long-term goal, right?
That's correct.
So with your long-term goal, what processes did you go through to ensure success of this long-term goal?
Right. Well, what I did was I thought to myself, I think there are certain steps and stages. So I went to be true to myself. I actually got to talking to yourself. I was introduced to you from a friend, Albie, and talking with Albie, and I was telling him about how I was training, all this training, and I wasn't losing any weight and that. And then Albie dropped a few little hints about stuff, and it's one thing that he mentioned once or twice, and it sort of sunk in, was it's not the amount of exercise that you do, not only the amount of exercise that you do, but also what you eat.
Yeah.
So I sort of thought about that for a while, not overnight. I thought about that for about 2 months.
Yeah, it was like a seed for you, was it?
Yeah, it was like a little seed that grew into a big thing. And I then went, well, I'll have a good look at what I'm eating. I'll have a look at what I'm exercising, how much exercise I'm doing, and I'll go from there. So I had to, the first step was basically I cut back on my exercise.
Yeah.
And I focused a lot on what I ate. So I actually exercised less. I tracked what I ate, and I went on to a healthier diet.
Yeah.
And then I saw results.
So before you came to consult for me with help with exercises, these are the stages that you did to yourself. Was it to prove to yourself that you could do it?
I did. Yeah, I had to prove to myself that I had the discipline. I think it was a waste of your time or someone's time to go and get a trainer and waste their time.
Plus the financial investment that you're making.
That's correct, yeah. So I thought, okay, well, to prove to myself that to prove that I could do it to myself, that was phase one. Phase one was to do that. I actually lost around about 20 kilos in phase one. Went down to about 125.
Yeah. And just by that, did you feel like a whole lot better in yourself, a whole lot different?
Oh yeah, I feel a lot better. I actually naturally now wake up at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mope around the house and then get my daughter ready for school and take her to school. I actually get up and go and do something, whether it's a walk, which might turn into a bit of a jog.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home and then I'd get her ready for school and then I'd walk her to school and home again. And it never felt like exercise. It just felt like getting out and about and doing something.
So it's like just like a snowball kick-on effect.
That's correct. That's correct. What I also did too, Vin, was that goal April was a long way away.
Yeah.
That's like a year.
Yeah.
So I set another goal for myself that was a short-term sort of 3-month thing. So I said, righto, I'm going to walk. I go snow skiing in Australia, Phil, so I said, righto, I'm going to walk to the top of Mount Kosciuszko and snowboard down.
Yeah.
It's not a massive mountain. I'm not hiking some huge mountain, but, it's a thing to do.
Yeah.
So I said that, and then the next one I want to do it in the summer because I'd like to see the difference in the winter and the summer. So, that's another active thing that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And then I got another goal as well. I'm going to Japan in February, and there's a mountain there that has about a 6-hour hike, and it's a fairly steep hike. So I'm planning to do that, and I'm doing a little bit of training and planning for that with Ben. So I'm actually setting that up for more of a 7 to 8 hour hike.
Yeah.
For myself, because I don't know where, the guys that do it in 5 hours are like big Austrians that march up and down snow mountains all the time anyway. So I'm going to set a realistic goal and say, right, I'm not going to do it in that 5 or 6 hours. We're going to allow 7 or 8 hours.
But even more than a realistic goal, it's a meaningful goal, isn't it? Like it's something that you really want to do.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great to get up to the top and be up there and prove to myself that I've done it. And I wouldn't have been able to have done it if I was that extra 25 sort of kilos heavier.
Yeah, and I think it's important that you're doing it for yourself as well. That's really good. So would you say that this detailed pre-planning and putting yourself in this positive mindset has enabled you to stay true to these goals, your long-term, short-term, medium goals? Yeah,
I do. I do that, and I also plan for, you could call them failure nights, but they're not failure nights.
Yeah.
You have to have your times when you want to have things that you crave for.
Yeah.
So I plan nights to have beers and stuff, and go out and have something to eat that you probably shouldn't have, and that. And,
but it's all part of the package, which is
it is definitely part of it. They're not setbacks. You could look at it as being setbacks, but they're not setbacks. They're just part of it. They're part of what happens. You plan for it.
Yeah.
You know that it's going to happen. You don't get on the scales for the next 2 or 3 days afterwards. You get back in and you train and
So you're not setting yourself up for failure after.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then on the Friday, I weigh myself generally on a Friday. You may not have lost as much weight as the week before. I track the weight loss as well. Every week I put it in a little thing on my computer, on my phone. So I track that. So there has been a number of occasions where I've gone 2 or 3 weeks without losing any weight. I've had a bad, I've had a carb night or, a night on beers and some food and stuff. And I've gone 3 weeks without any weight loss after that. And that does get you down a bit. But then, the 4th week, you'll see go boom, and then the 5th week, it'll go down again.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you draw a line and you average it all the way through. And at the beginning, I think I've lost 27 kilos at the moment. About the first 15 to 20, I was averaging 1.5 kilos a week.
Yep.
And now it's tapering down to around about 0.8 to 1 kilo a week.
Yeah.
And that's also with those nights as well.
Yeah.
We're coming up to Christmas. Christmas is a tough time. Everyone wants to hand you a beer and all that.
But you plan and manage that, don't you?
I do. And I actually planned Christmas. I planned December.
Yeah.
I went, righto, in December I'm going to plateau out, and then I'm going to go to New Year and I'm going to plateau out, but then I'm going away on around the 20th of January, and then I told Minnie this, I'm going to do this and I think that this is going to happen, and in that January period we're going to have I'm going to have a fairly strict session, and I think when we look at the weight loss scale over the whole period, from the May I sort of started this year, from May through till the January, you'll see a steep decline and plateau, and then the Christmas flatten out, maybe even up a bit,
Yeah.
I'm expecting that, and then hopefully then in the January it'll curve and then go back down again. And you know what, I'm 117 at the moment. I'm hoping by the 20th of January it'll be 115.
Yes, hoping.
Yeah.
So just finishing up here. So we're in April next year, right? We're 2017, April. What now?
Oh, well, I'll have to set another goal. which I will. I will set another goal, but I feel fantastic. I'll be looking forward to getting up in the mornings and going for my walks. They don't have to be up and runs.
Yeah.
A little walk, maybe a bit of a jog, sit down on the beach, have a cup of tea,
Yeah.
and then walk, run home.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling a lot better for it.
Yeah.
So I actually, it's a lifestyle change. You know, it's
Positive lifestyle change.
It's a long-term thing that's happened, and it's a change of the lifestyle.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time today, Paul, and wish you all the best. And I hope you get these goals done.
Great. Thanks for helping me.
Very good.